Have you ever stood in front of two doors in life, figuratively or literally, and felt completely frozen? Like, should I take that job or stay where I'm safe? Should I speak up or stay quiet? Should I start or wait? And that inner voice whispers, what if you choose wrong? That is the moment where confidence dies and doubt takes over. But what if I told you there's a way to make any decision feel like driving with power steering? It's called the easy handling method. And by the end of this video, you'll not only learn how to use it, you'll feel what it's like to finally trust yourself again. Flashbacks, scenes of indecision, a woman scrolling through endless career listings, a man staring blankly at a should I move checklist, a teen trying to pick a college major while family voices echo around him. We've all been there, the brain fog, the overthinking, the endless mental ping pong that leaves you mentally drained. But guess what? Most people think confident decision makers are fearless. That's false. They've just trained themselves to handle decisions differently. They don't overthink, they easy handle. Stick with me because the 3 steps of this method are shockingly simple, and they've helped thousands reclaim their clarity. Let's break it down. The first step of the easy handling method is simple, but most people never do it. It's called zooming out. When we're caught up in a tough decision, we're usually way too close to it. Like reading a book with your nose pressed against the page. You miss the story, you miss the big picture. But when you zoom out to the 30,000-foot view, you ask, will this matter in 1 week, 1 year, or 10 years? Imagine you're trying to decide whether to speak up in a meeting. Right now, it feels huge. Your heart's racing, your palms are sweaty. But zoom out. In 1 week, you'll either have spoken up or regretted it. In 1 year, that moment might be what earned you respect. In 10 years, you might not even remember it, but the confidence you built from speaking up, that stays with you. This step clears out the noise and emotional static. Because most of what stresses us out today won't even register in the long game. The 30,000-foot view turns mountains back into molehills. So here's your first action step. The next time you feel stuck, ask yourself, what would future me want me to do right now? That question alone can unlock immediate clarity. Let's move to step 2. Now that you've zoomed out and cleared the emotional fog, it's time for step 2. Filter the noise. Because let's be real, most of us don't make decisions in a vacuum. We make them in a mental tornado of opinions, expectations, and distractions. Parents, friends, society, Instagram gurus, they all think they know what's best for you, but none of them are you. That's why confident decision makers learn to filter their input like a pro. Here's how. Rule 1, prioritize inner voices over outer noise. Ask yourself, is this decision based on what I value or what others expect from me? Rule 2, choose your advisors. Don't let them choose you. Pick 2 to 3 people who truly get your goals, your heart, and your growth. Ignore the rest. Rule 3, ditch the what will they think trap. Because newsflash, they're not thinking about you that much anyway. They're busy worrying about their own decisions. Back to hosting quiet, peaceful room now. The noise gets loud, but you can always turn down the volume. Once you know how to filter, the right decision doesn't shout, it stands out. Now let's move to step 3, the one that locks everything into place. Now we arrive at the final and often most misunderstood step of the easy handling method. Use the 10% rule. Here's what that means. When faced with a hard decision, the goal isn't to be 100% certain. Because here's a truth bomb. Certainty is a trap. It's rare. It's usually fade. And chasing it keeps you stuck in analysis paralysis. So what do confident people do instead? They ask, do I feel at least 10% more pulled toward this option than the other? That's all. Not 100%, not even 70%, just 10% more aligned, more energized, more you. Think about it. If one choice gives you just a little more excitement, clarity, or peace, that's your internal compass whispering. You don't need perfect clarity, you need directional clarity. Enough to take the next step, not the entire staircase. And here's the secret. Once you commit to that 10% edge, momentum builds confidence. Action generates clarity. It's not about making the perfect decision. It's about making a solid one, then handling it like a boss. Now let's talk about what to do after the decision, because that's where regret tries to sneak back in. You've zoomed out. You've filtered the noise, and you've used the 10% rule to make your choice. Now what? Here's where most people slip. They make the decision, but then they mentally rewind it. Second guessing, doubting, spiraling. That's where regret breeds. So here's how to lock it in and make your decision regret-proof. Rule 1, own the choice. Say it out loud, I made the best decision I could with the information I had. That sentence immediately diffuses regret. Rule 2, act immediately. Even a small action, sending the email, writing the idea, making the call, tells your brain, this is real, and real action builds momentum. Rule 3, reframe every outcome as data. Every decision gives you one of two things, a result or a lesson, but never a waste. Host on camera. Life isn't about avoiding regret. It's about becoming someone who handles life with clarity, resilience, and boldness. You now have the tools, so the next time you're stuck in indecision, just remember the easy handling method. Zoom out. Filter the noise, use the 10% rule, own it and act. Final beat. Host smiles. Host, the path forward isn't perfect, it's just waiting for you to step, so go handle it, easily. Let's clear up a myth. People often think that confident decision makers feel no fear. That's just not true. They feel the fear, but they move anyway. Because they've learned that clarity doesn't mean comfort, it means trust. Trust in themselves. Voiceover host. Fear doesn't mean stop. It often means you're stepping into something that matters. So if you feel nervous before making a decision, good. That's proof you're alive. That's proof you care. Host. The easy handling method isn't about removing all emotion. It's about learning how to walk with it. One step, one breath, one choice at a time. Let's make this practical. Here are 3 real-world situations where the easy handling method turns confusion into clarity. Scenario 1, career fork. You're offered a promotion, but it'll mean less time with your kids. Zoom out. In 10 years, will the title or the memories matter more? Filter the noise. Is this your dream or what your boss values? 10% rule. Do you feel even slightly more pulled toward balance? Scenario 2, ending a relationship. It's been months of doubt. They're kind, but something feels off. Zoom out. Would future you thank you for staying or for being honest? Filter the noise. Is guilt making this decision or growth? 10% rule. Do you feel just a little more free when you imagine letting go? Scenario 3, taking a leap, moving, starting a business, etc. Zoom out. Will this move get you closer to who you want to be? Filter the noise. Are you doing this for you or for validation? 10% rule. Do you feel even 10% more excited than afraid? Host on camera. Here's a powerful way to use the easy handling method in just 5 minutes. Take out your journal or open your notes app and ask yourself these 3 questions. What decision is weighing on me right now? What noise am I listening to that's not mine? What choice gives me even 10% more peace, freedom, or excitement? That's it. Don't overthink. Just write what comes up. This small act creates space, and space creates clarity. Host on camera. Here's the metaphor that inspired this method in the first place. Life is a vehicle, and every decision is a turn of the wheel. But here's the magic. You don't need to see the whole highway. You just need to trust your hands, your wheel, and the next 100 feet. That's what the easy handling method is. A power steering system for your choices. You're not forcing, you're guiding with ease. And yes, you'll hit bumps, you'll make wrong turns. But with this method, you'll never feel stuck again because you can always course correct and you can always move forward. If you found even a moment of clarity in this video, don't let it fade. Here's what I want you to do right now. Comment below with one decision you're currently facing. Use the easy handling method. Zoom out, filter, 10% rule, and share what you discovered. Tag someone who's been stuck in a decision loop. Let's help each other move forward. And if you want the journaling worksheet, the prompts, or even a printable version of this method, check the description below. Host smiling. You were never meant to stay stuck. And now, you know how to steer. Fade to black. Text on screen. Decide with ease. Live with power.